What up, everyone? Pat Mayo here with your 2021 Rocket Mortgage Classic DraftKings picks at the high end, $8,000 and above. You're looking for the guys $8,000 and below? Check out the other video up right now on the DraftKings YouTube channel. Subscribe and like. By the way, don't be scared to go do that now. The big question this week you're going to have is whether or not to play Bryson. Bryson is $11,400 on DraftKings this week. By far the most expensive guy, $500 more than Patrick Reed, and he's the defending champion. Everything rates out. He's by far the best player in this field. You have to remember what he did last year, though. It was a bomb and gouge type of situation for Bryson. He led the field in strokes gained off the tee, but he also led in strokes gained putting. Now, Bryson's a good putter, but gaining over 8 strokes on the greens is not something that repeats itself very often. If he isn't the best guy on the greens, he doesn't win last year. Matthew Wolff does. So while Bryson should be in the mix, he's going to need another elite putting performance because honestly, the irons and the chipping been kind of brutal lately. So if he cleans up that part of his game, he's going to run away. But if he stays consistent, he's going to need another outlier putting performance in order to win. So you might want to fade Bryson at the very top if you're playing a limited amount of lineups. Frankly, you could probably fade the entire $10,000 range if you want. The most interest I have are Webb, Hideki, and Zalatoris. But even then, if you just want to start your lineups with Jason Kokrak, because there's guys in the low 8s that I really like a lot. Although Jason Kokrak will be one of the higher-owned players on the slate, very few players are going to use him as their number 1 guy in lineups. They're going to use him as their number 2 player and then fill out the bottom with some scrubs. So this is a great way to get away from his massive ownership just by constructing your lineup a little bit differently. If his name wasn't Jason Kokrak, he would be $10,000 or $11,000. But we're getting a discount because we have so much experience with Jason Kokrak. But he's a 2-time winner on tour this year. He's made 12 of 13 cuts so far in 2021. He's been great. So I see no reason not to use him, especially because the putter has just been on the upswing all year long, that if he is making his short putts, you got to watch out at a birdie fest with Jason Kokrak, who's going to be one of the best ball strikers in the field. Going down a little bit more, Matthew Wolff at $9,100 is a play for me. Obviously a great history here. He and Bryson tend to coexist. Tournaments where they both play well at the same time. We've seen that time after time again. So I like him. It's a bit more variance because you don't exactly know where his game's at, but I like the risk at $9,100. After that, I think you can just kind of go down to $8,400, and there are 3 guys in this range that I really like. Max Homa is one of them, wildly inconsistent, but when he makes the cut, he tends to come inside the top 10. He's made 3 of his past 9 cuts with 3 top 10 finishes. So in terms of world rankings, he's one of the highest ranked in this field, yet the DraftKings pricing and the betting odds on DraftKings Sportsbook do not reflect that. He is a gamble. He is not safe by any means, but he has the required upside to win you a GPP at a very fair price. Almost the exact same logic applies to Siwoo Kim, at $8,000. One of the highest ranked players in the field, wildly volatile, but this is the kind of event where Siwoo can go crazy. He loves easy courses. He loves making birdies. Can he bring that putter along with him? Well, I mean, that's always the biggest issue with a lot of these players. But in terms of upside versus the rest of the players in this range, that's where you absolutely need to be looking with Siwoo. Has won at a Donald Ross course before at the Wyndham Championship, and these are the style of courses that he plays really well. The only other one who I think is underpriced here is Hugo, the winner at Palmetto 3 weeks ago, and a 2-time winner on the European Tour already this season. We don't know where his actual skill set lies, but I think he's way better than being a $8,300 player. If it was me who was doing the pricing, he'd be $9,100, $9,200. And that means, in my mind, you're getting a $1,000 discount on a guy who could go out and win this tournament. When you go look at his win at the Canary Islands earlier on the European Tour, and even his win at Palmetto, easy courses against weak fields, that's where Hugo does his best work. So I think he's a steal at $8,300. If you want to start your lineups, Kokrak, and those 3 guys, you still have ample money left over. And even though they're all going to be relatively popular plays, that particular lineup construction is not going to be popular. Therefore, you can play all the chalky players you want because you went about it a little bit differently. Those are the best plays from above $8,000 for the Rocket Mortgage Classic. For a full field breakdown, don't be afraid to check out the Mayo Media Network. Subscribe to that, where the Pat Mayo experience is up right now.